Hey astrophysicist, guess what? You're ready for your last 2 pages, okay? They're put together on the same page, and so again, if this is a new class period for you, you need to get your interactive notebook, you'll need some scissors, and of course you'll need a glue stick, and as always, something to write with, okay? In the back, in the mailbox, it is in the very, very bottom left-hand corner. So underneath Astrophysicist is the very last one. Okay, and it looks like this. So again, pause it, go get it. Okay, see you soon. Alright, so now you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut along this line and this line. And please go throw this scrap away. Don't just toss it on the floor. Just go throw it away right now. You can do it. Okay? Pause it. Go. Thanks. Alright. Again, now that you have 2 separate sheets, you want to get the one that says Northern Hemisphere. Northern Hemisphere. And again, you don't need to worry about your name and this date. That was like a paper that you were going to turn in, but we're not turning it in. You're putting it in your notebook. This one is going to go on page 6. And the other one's going to go on page 7. So if you want to pause it and glue them, that way you have that all done, you can do that. Alright, so we have some blanks that we need to fill in. Okay, and it's kind of confusing because these lines aren't really close to the Earth, like is that for this one or is that for this one, who knows. And so what I did is I drew some arrows. So right here, right underneath Northern Hemisphere, I wrote fall. And I pointed it to this one. How do I know it's fall? Because the sun's rays are going to be giving us, what is it, when it's right at the equator where the sun light hours and the nighttime hours are almost the same or equal. Oh yeah, equinox, right. Okay, so fall, equinox, and what's the date? Hey, guess what? Turn back to page 5 and you should see the date, right? I'm going to look. Check it out. What's coming up? Right, September 22nd. Or sometimes it's the 23rd. So you can write September 22nd or 23rd. Okay. All right. Going around. What do we have next? Okay, it's going to go this way. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, because it's 2 to 3. I should have started with 1, but alright, we'll go with it. Now, number 3 is, the season is, what comes after fall? Winter, right? And so if you see the Northern Hemisphere, see here's the equator and here's the Northern Hemisphere, and it's going to be colder because the sun's rays take a lot longer to get to it. So we're going to be in the solstice, and the date is December 21st, 22nd. And if you didn't get that, you can either pause it, rewind it, or guess what? You can flip back to page 5 and look it up again. Okay? And you might want to draw an arrow that says this is winter. Okay? Over here, we're going to draw an arrow to number 4. And what comes after winter? Spring, right? And so we're going to put spring, put an arrow here to number 4. We're again at an equinox when the daylight hours and the nighttime hours are the same or equal. And this is going to be in March 20th. They only gave us 1 date for that. I don't know why. Alright, and then this number 1 where I should have started is summer. So I put an arrow pointing that this is summer because here's the Northern Hemisphere and the sun's rays are taking less time to get to us than they are to the Southern Hemisphere. Okay, and the date is, what is it? June 21st or 22nd. Okay. So if you haven't already, glue that in. What page? That's right, page 6. Now you're ready for the other page. This one goes on page 7, and we're going to label number 1 I'm going to start right this time. Number 1 is the northern hemisphere. And so guess what number 2 is? That's right. It's the southern hemisphere. Okay. And how about number 3? What is this dotted line? Social studies. That's the equator. Good job. And then this little, like some of you have seen my little world that I used as a prop. And I have a toothpick going on. It's an imaginary line. And what's it called? The axis. It gives us the tilt. So if you said tilt, you were close. That's what it's tilted on. But the axis. Axis. Okay? All right. Yearly events. The equinox. Well, what happens in an equinox? Right. When the daylight hours and the nighttime hours are almost equal. Okay? And that occurs in fall, or some people call it autumn, and spring. Okay. Solstice. Solstice, they're not equal. So you need to write this down in your own words. Solstice is when we have a longer period of either light and short of night, or long night and short day. Okay, so like in the winter and in the summer. Okay, those are the two seasons. All right, Earth movement down here. Revolution. How long does it take to revolve around the sun? Right, 365 days or 1 year. So you should put both. So remember. And the rotation, how long does it take? Right, 24 hours or 1 day. Rotate gives us the date. Okay, you should already have this on where? Page 7. And guess what? Now, if you haven't already, you're going to take your quiz. Okay, and the goal is to get 3.5 or more. You can do it. I know you can. And remember, go Hawks!